Hey, this is Dr. Ernst, host of the Ask Dr. Ernst show. And if you're like most people, the holidays are frustrating. We're stressed out. We have all these holiday parties and things we have to get done. And usually our resolutions get put on the back burner until January. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, I didn't even hit what I said I was going to do for 2024. I've got 3 weeks left. How am I going to do it? Forget it. I'll just do it next year. What if I could share with you a way to hit all of your health goals in just the next couple weeks so that by January 1st, you're already losing weight, feeling great, and kicking a medication or a diagnosis to the curb. Join me on Thursday, December 12th. I'm hosting a masterclass. It's a lunch and learn, 12:30 p.m. I'll teach you what you can do with the last few weeks of the year to activate your healing. There's a free ebook with weight loss guides, and we have steps for you to get your energy back and recharge. Just text your first name, your last name, and your email to 704-906-2094. That's 704-906-2094.
Beyond wine, we really care about health, the health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions, your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
What if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1. We search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2. We test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3. We nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Ernst. I'm host of the event today, and we're talking about a winter weight loss tips show. We're going to teach you everything you need to do to lose weight this winter. And not only just losing weight, but having vibrance with your health and your life, and also kicking a diagnosis or 2 or 3 to the curb this holiday. Look, we all know that the holidays can feel literally like a whirlwind. Indulgence, right? Cookies, cocktails, family feasts. It can become a nightmare. But what if I told you that this winter could actually be the very best time ever for you to jumpstart a natural weight loss journey? That's right. Over the next 3 weeks, you have an opportunity to align your body's natural rhythms and start burning fat insanely fast, so that it will set you up so that January 1st, you won't have to be a traditional resolutions individual. This is week 1, guys. It is the 7th. We're 7 days in. How did you do? Did you watch our show last week? Did you listen to the podcast? I gave you a 4-week guide. I physically said, do this, do this, do this, and you'll get a ton of results. Every single day this week on our Facebook page, I've been posting inspirations and challenges. So if you're just tuning in today going, wait, what? You're doing a 4-week health challenge for free? I had no idea. Well, now's your chance to get on board. We still have 3 weeks left. You can still hit the ground running and make a massive change. I don't want you to think, oh, I missed the first week. I'm out. I can't do it. 3 weeks is a ton of time. And all during the show today, we're giving away the Foundations for Weight Loss. It's a free ebook. All you have to do is text your name and your number to 704-906-2094. And don't forget, next Thursday, guys, is the launch. I'm hosting December to Remember. It's a 12:30 p.m. Thursday afternoon masterclass. Think of it as like a lunch and learn. And I'm going to show you everything you need to do to hit your health goals by the end of the year and make January where you go, I don't even have to do this. This whole resolution thing everybody's doing, I'm done with that. I'd like to kick it off as one of the most favorite things to do because intermittent fasting is not a diet. And here's the cool part of it. It's a schedule. So you could change your diet not at all and implement intermittent fasting and start to get results immediately. It's a powerful way to reset your metabolism. It's a great weight loss strategy. And if you've never done it, it's super easy. So think about the holidays, right? Most of us are grazing all day long. A cookie here, a piece of pie there, a cocktail with your friends at 5 o'clock after hours working. Non-stop eating means your body never gets a break. And every time you put something in your mouth, no matter if it's a beverage or if it's a food product or if it's a simple snack, insulin gets spiked. And the issue here is insulin tells your body, take the sugar that came from that carbohydrate meal and pump it straight into fat. It tells your liver to slow down on detoxification because it's going to say, hey, we don't want to clean things out right now. Our user, our individual is dumping stuff into us. And if you do it over and over and over and over again throughout the day, you never give your body any chance to breathe physically with your digestive system. So here's how it works. You simply choose what period of time you want to eat and what period of time you don't. Now, the classic intermittent fasters will say, yeah, dude, I skip breakfast and I only eat lunch and dinner. Well, here's some shocking news. A recent study was done showing that for some individuals, that works great. But for others, it doesn't work at all. And maybe this is you. Maybe you're like, yeah, you know what? I did that. I skipped breakfast. I ate lunch. I ate dinner. It didn't really work for me. The new research is suggesting that maybe what you should do is eat breakfast, eat lunch, and skip dinner. I know it's going to sound nuts because you're probably going to be like, isn't, dinner is, man, the most important. See, some people say breakfast is the most important meal. Some people say lunch is the most important meal. Some people say dinner is the most important meal. And I'm going to tell you what the most important meal is. The one you pick to skip. If you skip breakfast, It's the most important meal to skip. If you skip dinner, it's the most important meal to skip. So the idea here is we need to get you picking strategically when you eat, not whenever I feel hungry. No, it has to be on schedule. So we do a 16-hour window where we are fasting. 8 of that should be asleep. The other 8 should be when you're awake. And then the other 8 is when you eat. So if you're doing breakfast and lunch, you have an 8-hour block. You wake up at 6 or 7. You have breakfast. You should set an 8-hour alarm. I need to have my lunch and my snacks and everything finished by the 8th hour, and then no food for 16 straight. If you do it every single day, guess what? It gets you into a state called fat-burning ketosis. And don't worry, you might feel like you're going to starve, but most of the time, the majority of this fasting is when you're asleep. And the other majority of it is done in times that are quite easy. You can focus on other things. Read a book, get a project done, etc. Most people will find that when they're hungry, they're actually just bored. So have you ever done this where like you're working on a project, or maybe it's a hobby, maybe you're spending time with your kids and you're like, man, it's been like 9 hours and I haven't eaten anything yet. When you're distracted with things that are fun, your brain literally doesn't even think about food. But when you're bored, often it's like, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Get up and go do something and eat. So trust me when I say this, fasting is a game changer when it comes to holiday weight loss, and it's super easy to do. You don't have to change anything with your diet. You just change the time that you eat your food. Now, of course, if you want to go to level 2, maybe we start eating foods that are better for us and can help us to burn fat. And if you want some guides and some advice, we're giving away a free 4-week done-for-you meal plan, shopping list, recipe pack. It's part of our functional approach to weight loss. It is an ebook. It's completely free. We just need to know, do you want all the hard work done for you? Like, do you want to do all the hard work, or do you want us to do it for you? If you want us to do it for you, 704-906-2094. Just text your first name, your last name, and your email. And if you want to help us, the word weight loss would guide my team. But basically, if you just text your name and your email, we're going to send it to you because that's all we need. Then I'll give you free access to the masterclass next Thursday, the 12th at 12:30. Dr. Ernst, you don't understand. I work at 12:30. There's no way I can make it. Fine, register and I'll give you access to it afterwards as a replay. Like, I'm really trying to make this super easy for you. If you can be on the live one, great. If you can't, register anyway. Well, why would I want to do that, Dr. Ernst? Like, aren't I saving a spot? Guy, it's a digital webinar. We can have up to 5,000 people on it. The likelihood 5,000 people are going to be on that webinar is very slim. Usually we have 500 to 700. I looked this morning before the recording. Guess what? We're at like 350 people who say they want to join us already. So why don't you hop on? Because you've got 350 people that are already going to do it, and you don't want to be left in the dark. So now that we're intermittent fasting, let's go into, should we eat things differently? Hey, whoever is calling us, you hear it? You can call that number, but we're just going to hit and then you need to text it, guys. So text, okay? I love the fact that you're calling. 704-906-2094. Text your name and your email. If you call while we're on the show, click straight to voicemail. You'll have to leave a voicemail. Okay, so we're intermittent fasting, and we're keeping our food consumptions to an 8-hour block. If you get up at 7, you measure 8 hours ahead, and you don't eat after that period. If you want to do the lunch dinner one, you wake up, you do your 8 hours of fasting, and then you eat lunch and you eat dinner. Either way, some of the research says the latter works better. Some of the research says skipping dinner is the best and have breakfast and have lunch. Okay, so now, should we change the foods that we eat during this intermittent period? Yes, you better believe it. But I want to talk to you about foods that you can use during the holidays that actually support weight loss. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they tend, in the holiday season, to let the holidays excuse away why they're eating more carbohydrates or refined sugars, cookies and cakes and breads and all these blood sugar spiking foods. So while you might be tempted, remember, the worst phrase you can ever say is, Well, it's the holidays. If you say it's the holidays and it's your excuse, you're out. Like, you've already lost the game. Well, it's the holidays. That's why I'm going to have my cocktails at 5 o'clock with my friends. Well, it's the holidays. That's why I'm going to have 2 slices of pie, not just 1. Well, it's the holidays. I'll eat more and I'll have the eggnog and I'll put the alcohol in it because, it's the holidays. It only comes, it comes more than once a year, just so you guys know. We use this for the birthday excuses. We use it for St. Patrick's Day. We use it for Valentine's Day. We use it for, let's keep going, right? Easter, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Like, there's so many holidays. And the funny thing is, they're all crammed in the last 90 days of the year, most of them. And this is when we all get sick, right? The flu season comes about. Yes, it's colder outside, but it's also, you just got over the crash of all the sugar from the Halloween parties. Then you have the Thanksgiving party. Then you have the Christmas party. Then you have the New Year's party. And so these 4 things just go kaboom. And if you're not planning for it, it can knock you out fast. So what I want you to focus on are the holiday fat-burning foods. What should a holiday plan meal look like? Well, ready? Wild-caught salmon. It's loaded with omega-3s. It fights inflammation, and it helps you to burn fat. Grass-finished beef. It's a great source of proteins. The conjugated linoleic acid, the butyric acids, and all the healthy anti-inflammatory acids that we find in grass-fed red meats give you essential fatty acids that actually make you burn fat. If you want to talk about a nature's perfect protein source, cornless, soyless eggs. If you saw the news recently, unfortunately, a lot of the major egg producers, I'm not going to name the names, you can look them up, they're getting sort of busted, if you will, because people are analyzing the fat content of the eggs that are available in most grocery stores, and they're finding out that the oils, the fats that are naturally occurring in these eggs are higher in the inflammatory linoleics than even canola oil and vegetable oils. So you would be better off eating vegetable oils and skipping eggs than you would be eating conventional store-bought eggs, because unfortunately, most major producers, the people who raise chickens and eggs for the grocery store eggs, they're feeding them corn and soy and all kinds of stuff that makes them inflamed. And so eggs are nature's perfect protein source if they are free of corn and soy. That's why we partner with Paleo Farms here in the Kings Mountain, North Carolina area, because specifically they grow them with no soy and no corn. So eggs are great, and they're not going to raise your cholesterol. They're not going to make you have a heart attack unless you're eating conventional store-bought corn-fed eggs. Avocados. It was once said that an apple a day would keep the doctor away. Well, now we know it actually brings the doctor to you. An apple a day will give you diabetes. These apples today, heavily sprayed with pesticides, they're actually bred to have more sugar. Think of the Honey Crisps and the Galas and the Sweet Thises and all that stuff. They've been hybridized and switched, if you will, genetically to be sweeter. If you ate an apple from the 1940s and you ate an apple from 2024, they taste different today than they did years and years and years ago. So the apple a day keeps the doctor away doesn't exist anymore. What it is an avocado a day can help to keep your doctor away. Packed with healthy fats, lots of vitamins and minerals and nutrients. If you ate an avocado every day and you had grass-fed beef and wild-caught fish and free-range, pasture-raised, soy-free, corn-free eggs, I know it's a lot to say, and you drank bone broth instead of coffee, you still have coffee, but have bone broth as your morning beverage to get going. It's great for your gut. It's a good source of collagen. It has a tremendous amount of glutamine and proline and all the amino acids you need to seal your gut. There, by the way, is a fat-burning winter meal. Try this: a fatty salmon steak with a side of mashed cauliflower that you drizzle olive oil on, sprinkle it with a splash of sea salt, and you've got a meal right there that's not only delicious, but it's grainless, and it's going to help you to burn fat. So we've been intermittent fasting. We switched our diet and we're starting to eat the clean proteins and high fats. Weight loss strategy number 3, movement during the cold. So you may remember back in the mid part of this week, all of a sudden just kaboom, flash snow here in the Carolinas. Did you guys notice it? I think it was on Tuesday, if I remember right. We all woke up Tuesday morning and we're like, there's snow on the ground and it is absolutely freezing. I think it was in the 20s. Okay, that is the perfect time, I know it's going to sound nuts, for you to go outside and take a brisk walk, even if it's cold. Bundle up if you need to, but get outside and get moving. Cold exposure has been shown to shock your metabolism and help you to burn fat. I know you might be thinking it's nuts, but when your body gets cold, it activates a process where you turn on brown fat, which is a special type of fat found in the cells of your body and certain areas of the body that burns calories to generate heat. The more brown fat active you have, the more calories you're burning. So going outside and actually getting to a point where you have to shiver makes your body burn a different kind of fat. It burns its brown fat and it actually increases your caloric effects. You burn more energy. So how can we do this? We can take a walk outside briskly, even briefly if it's cold. And again, like I said, put on a sweatshirt, a jacket, a hat if you need to. You can try a cold shower. I know they're uncomfortable at first, but they're a fantastic way to stimulate your brown fat. So you take your shower, you're completely clean, and you're in the warm water. And what you do is you just go yank straight to the cold, and you just stand there as long as you can. Shiver through it. 15 seconds, maybe the next shower. 30 seconds, maybe the next shower. 45 seconds, maybe the next shower. 1 minute, you're a gold medalist for cold showering. You could also, if you think about it, turn down the thermostat in your house a little bit. Maybe you are normally keeping your house at 74, so go down to 72 instead. While it's subtle, it'll give you a little bit of some colder experiences. And when you do feel cold in your house, that's a good thing because it means you're kind of like, starting to activate that shiver. So instead of going to the heater and going back to 74, put on a sweatshirt. You're going to be okay. You can also do it at night when you sleep down like 68, 65. That way you're bundling up, you're in the sheets, it's nice and cozy, and it actually helps you to sleep when you're below 70 degrees. So winter is not an excuse to hibernate, guys. It's not an excuse to say it's too cold to go outside. Incorporate functional exercises. Maybe you do some things like squats or lunges or push-ups into your daily routine. Just 10 minutes a day outside in the cold doing something. Moving, walking, exercising can help to activate your muscles, increase your blood flow, and it really truly can get your metabolism going. And weight loss strategy number 4 is activate a winter detox. Okay, so again, I have all these steps and all these guides for you inside the Functional Approach to Weight Loss ebook. We're going to go so deep into it during the masterclass that I'm actually going to show you specifically for you how to lose 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds by January 1st. Like, it's not that complicated, guys. So if you want to take a moment and let us know, do you want all the hard work done for you and want us to just give it to you, 704-906-2094. Go ahead and text your name and your email to that phone number, and we'll send you the ebook for free, and we'll give you access to the masterclass, which is next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. It's super easy. If you can't make it because you're working or whatever, guess what? We'll give you access to it through a replay. Okay, so strategy number 4, detox your body. We talked about this last week and even the week before. When your fat cells are holding fat-soluble toxins, they will not burn. Physically, it's a protective mechanism. Your body just won't do it. This is why so many people change their diet, change their exercise, change their lifestyle. They lose maybe 5, 10, 15 at the most, and then they plateau. And they're like, my goal was 50, and I hit 10, and I'm stuck. Well, you're at the point where you now need to detox. You got to pull the toxins out of the fat. Okay? So the holiday season is, again, notorious for flooding us with toxins. Sugar is toxic. Alcohol is toxic. Processed foods have ingredients you can't even pronounce. And what happens is your liver gets bogged down, and then it cannot effectively metabolize fat as a result. So you will hit a weight loss plateau because your body is not detoxing, number one. And number two, you've overburdened the flow of natural clearance. So here's a few quick things you can do during the winter to detox. And these are real easy and they're not that complicated. Number one, at least 2 or 3 times a week, take an Epsom salt bath. Epsom salts, which is a magnesium chloride, is a type of salt that helps you to not only relax, but it actually can enhance detoxification through your skin. So the hot water makes you sweat. The salts are absorbed, the magnesium's in your body. It opens up blood vessels, and it brings toxins to the forefront so you can physically sweat them out into the bath. And then, of course, if you do an Epsom salts bath, you want to get out of the bath and then shower off to clean the toxins from your skin. Hopefully you guys all know this. So you soak in hot water, 102, 103 degrees, with an Epsom salt addition to the water. Maybe you're in there for 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then you get out and you shower, and then you do this 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, we can also support our liver during the holidays with what would be called the winter detox herbs. And here we go. Milk thistle. It is renowned for its ability to help support liver health, and it's actually crucial for detoxification. The compound that's doing it is similarin, and it actually helps your liver to come back from the damage of the toxins. Now, here's the thing. Milk thistle doesn't actually detox you. It helps your liver to rebound itself because it's been so congested. So by doing that, you activate a little bit more of a detox pathway. I have had some people say, milk thistle is a great detoxifier. It's like, well, yeah, no. Milk thistle is a supporter for your liver's ability to detox. Then your liver does the detox. The winter relevance of this. During the winter, again, heavy holiday meals and alcohol can put a big burden on the liver. So milk thistle removes the stress on your liver, and it helps to promote the burning of fat and the removal of toxins. You can do this several ways. Number one, you can go get milk thistle tea. It's probably the easiest way. You get some tea, you make the tea, you drink the tea, and you're done. Super easy. You can do it every single night. You can go out and get capsular or encapsulated milk thistle. It's like a supplement, right? So you take milk thistle supplements. Or you can get a tincture, which is just simply concentrated liquid extracts of milk thistle. Usually we recommend drink the tea 1 or 2 times a day. It helps with liver cleansing. I like the tea because it's super easy. It's done for you. Hot water, milk thistle tea bag goes in. Let it sit there for a couple minutes to steep. Drink it 2 to 3 times a day. Okay, dandelion. You can go out and eat this directly. Dandelion leaves are phenomenal. You can incorporate them very easily into your salads or your juices. You can get dandelion root. They actually make dandelion root teas. Chicory is another version of this in a similar fashion. Like chicory can replace coffee. Dandelion roots often are blended into chicory, and we can make this coffee alternative that you can drink every day. What do dandelion roots do? Well, they stimulate both liver and kidney detoxification, help you to flush out your toxins. You physically can urinate them out. What's unique about dandelion, though, is it also supports bile production, which is going to help you digest your fats, because a lot of people struggle with fat digestion. The winter relevance, okay, it's a grounding, warming beverage. You can make this tea very simply. You can even blend together dandelion with milk thistle. So, hey, we have a commercial looming on its way. So I want to do 2 things. One, I want to throw out an option for you to download the functional Heal Thyself Weight Loss Challenge ebook. It's yours free. Text your name and your email right now to 704-906-2094. And when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to continue the conversation of detoxification. And watch this. We're going to get into the segments on not just weight loss tips, but energy and vitality and healing so we can make December a month to remember. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
To bring you the best natural wine the world has to offer, we've designed a fully curated membership program. Every selection you receive is different and unique. Every wine is picked by our wine team, lab tested for purity, and curated into a special box for your enjoyment. So how does the membership work? We offer two main options: a half case of 6 bottles or a full case of 12. You can request all reds, all whites, or a perfect split of both. Then you can set the frequency, monthly or every other month. We offer a similar simple membership for rosé and sparkling wines. After you choose these basic options, we'll do the rest. With every box we send you, we aim to present the greatest diversity of flavors, textures, and profiles. There's a healthy mix of the classics, but also rare varietals. We do this because natural wines taste different from their commercial counterparts. We want to share the best possible experience with you so you can discover new wines you love. And you can always reorder a wine that took your heart, or ask us to avoid certain profiles. The best part is, you don't need any wine knowledge to fully enjoy these boxes. We curate our selections to be enjoyed without worry. Ultimately, this is Dry Farm Wines.
What if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celliant Sleep Recovery. Our Celliant Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celliant technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celliant infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celliant. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celliant has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celliant Sleep Recovery products today. Celliant. Recycle your body's energy.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Ernst, and we are having a conversation today about winter weight loss tips. How you can take the next 3 weeks and transform your body so that by January 1st, you would have already have lost 10, 15, maybe even 20 pounds. You might even be able to kick a diagnosis to the curb or reduce a medication reliance. You have more power than you believe and maybe even think, as long as you activate the correct steps. We spent some time at the top of the hour talking about weight loss tip number 1, intermittent fasting. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of it. If you missed the top of the hour, download the podcast or download your free functional weight loss guide by texting your first name and your last name to 704-906-2094. Then we talked about weight loss strategy number 2, eating winter foods for fat loss. I gave you the exact food list that helps you to burn fat fast. Again, I'm not going to talk about them right now because we already did at the top of the hour, but you can download everything you need with included meal plans and recipes and guides with our functional weight loss ebook. Again, your first name and your last name and your email to 704-906-2094. Then we talked about winter weight loss strategy number 3, movement during the cold exposures and how it helps you to burn brown fat. Again, I'm not going to go through all those techniques because you can download them by texting your name and your email to 704-906-2094. Before the commercial break, we got into detoxification, weight loss strategy tip number 4. We talked about milk thistle. We talked about dandelion and how you can get these as teas or tinctures and drink 2 or 3 cups of this daily. It is a strong activator of liver regeneration, liver detoxification, kidney flushing. And the neat thing is, dandelion tea can often be combined with milk thistle tea, and you're getting the best of both. We can add a third ingredient if you want, ginger, which will enhance circulation. It is a thermogenic, so it stimulates digestion. It helps us support elimination. It's an enhancer for your lymphatics. Ginger, of course, is a very good anti-inflammatory, and it has a warming property that makes it really ideal for wintertime. It can heat your body internally, promote blood flow through the digestive system, and help to open your detox pathways. So what you can do is get your milk thistle tea bag, your dandelion root tea bag, steep those for 2 or 3 minutes, take some fresh ginger and grate it with a microplaner so that the pieces of the ginger fall in, and you're infusing that water with milk thistle, dandelion root, and ginger. And the neat thing is you can also add ginger to soups or to smoothies or to broths or even stir fries. A fresh cup of just regular lemon water with ginger can also be consumed as a way to promote powerful detoxification. Personally, I like to do the milk thistle, the dandelion, and the ginger as a warm tea. Think of it almost like as a tonic that you can drink just before going to bed and just as you wake up. There's your 2 times a day. Here's a little bonus tip. Why don't we combine them, like I mentioned, all together into a tea, into a detoxing winter beverage, right? Milk thistle, dandelion, and ginger all together, 2 cups a day, very effective for detoxification. So look, we've covered some incredible strategies. We talked about intermittent fasting. We talked about changing your diet. We talked about using the cold and the exposures outside with your exercise and with basic movements. We even talked about detoxification. So I've given you some exceptional tips. Now, what I'd like to talk about is the idea that so many of us are kind of fatigued and tired and stressed during the winter. And so I thought I would give you some boosting tips, mood lifting tips. We have our steps to activating weight loss, which is going to help. You just have to implement them and go do them. But a lot of times what people say to us is, Dr. Ernst, I would love to start intermittent fasting, and yes, I can eat better, and yes, I can start exercising. I would love to drink these teas, but I'm just so tired. You don't understand. I am tired. I slept for 10 hours and I woke up and I'm still tired. and I'm just dragging. Like I feel like there's an anchor behind me just pulling me back. And I guarantee you felt like this too at some point. And the issue is some of it has to do with what's called the seasonal affective disorder. We're in a moment where it's dark when we wake up, and it's dark when we go to bed, and it's dark at 6 o'clock, and we're depressed, and we're running out of light. So I want to teach you energy boosting tip number 1. The power of sunlight and vitamin D during the wintertime is something that's very hard to get, specifically because we live north of the sun belt. What that means is that even if it was, which it isn't right now, but even if it was 70 degrees on a Saturday, and you're like, let's go for a walk with shorts and a t-shirt, we're going to get a bunch of vitamin D. No, you're not. You don't actually get any vitamin D production unless there's enough UVB rays in the air. And right now, because of the way the sun is placed compared to the earth and its rotation, we don't get any of those rays. So during this time, it's vitally important that you actually get your version of sunlight, I hate to say this, artificially, but they do make sun lamps. You can even buy lights that are full spectrum sunlights and put them in your office. You can put them in your house. You can buy sun lamp bulbs, which will give you a small amount of the UVB. We can also recognize that most of us use the sun exposure not just to warm up, but to also boost our vitamin D production. Yes, you can make your own vitamin D when the sun is shining and it's on your skin if we're in a period where the UVB is high enough. Probably from like May, June, July, August, September, maybe a little bit of October. That's it, guys. November, boom, it's gone. December, gone. January, February, March, gone, gone, gone. The sun does not produce vitamin D on our skin because we're north of the sun belt. Now, if you're listening to our show and you live in Florida, completely different story. You can get sun and vitamin D production all the time. If you're in Panama, my God, like Ecuador, Costa Rica, they're always in the sun where the UVB is high enough. That's the sun belt, guys. So if you're like North Carolina, Virginia, North South Carolina, like the bulk of our listening base, there's not enough UVB in the sun. So we need to take vitamin D. And the neat thing is vitamin D can help you with your energy. It can help you with your ability to burn fat. It can help you with your mood. So if you're depressed and fatigued and overweight, the first major supplement you should be thinking of is vitamin D. So what I like is to take it daily. Now, here's the thing about vitamin D. A lot of you are taking over-the-counter, simple purchased vitamin D. It's okay, it's cool, it's phenomenal, but the powdered versions are very difficult to absorb. A lot of the companies will throw vitamin K2 inside of it, because they'll say the K2 helps you to absorb the D3. There's truth to it, but you're still trying to absorb a powdered version. Real simple. Vitamin D is fat soluble, so it should be in a fat substance, like a liquid. So the better vitamin Ds are found in liquid tinctures or high concentrated droplets. My organization produces something called Eterna Immune DXP. The X is extra power. Each droplet is 2,000 international units. The average adult needs somewhere between 10, maybe 5,000 units a day to maintain good levels. But like I've taught many of you, it's important to know your number. So if your D3 levels are 15, taking 5,000 a day is not going to cut it for you. But if your D3 levels are at 65, nothing wrong with taking 5,000 units a day. Unless you weigh 300 pounds, because fat soluble, we have to discover how much fat you have to help us dose you. So if you're 286 pounds, 5,000 might not be enough for you. If you're 286 pounds and your D3 is at 15, it's guaranteed not enough for you. If you're 126 pounds and your vitamin D is at 83, it's more than enough for you. So you really need to know your numbers. One simple thing you can do during your annual physical, ask your medical doctor to tack on a vitamin D3 test on your blood work. But just know, a lot of doctors will not do it. There's no need for that. And your insurance isn't going to pay for it, so you shouldn't even do it. It might cost you like $8. It's the best $8 you could ever spend to find your vitamin D levels. Okay, energy boosting tip number 2. Fix your sleep. So many of you just struggle to sleep. Okay, so let's talk about this. Did you know that poor sleep is the number one culprit behind weight gain? That might sound strange to you, but what we've discovered is that when you don't get enough sleep, your body produces cortisol as a stress response. And cortisol is a hormone that triggers insulin to elevate, and insulin with cortisol makes you store fat. The good news is winter is the perfect time to fix your sleep. The longer nights and the dark days and the dark nights, it usually encourages most people to go to bed earlier, which can help to reset your circadian rhythm. Here are some ways you can optimize and reset your sleep cycles. Number one, as soon as it's dark outside, try to make it dark in your house. Now, this is the challenge during the wintertime. It'll be 5:30, 6:30 at night, and it's pitch black outside. So what you guys do is you turn all the lights on in your house. The problem is today a lot of these lights are LED or they have a blue spectrum inside of them. The white light, you know how you have the sort of orangish glow of a calm white versus the white. And the white is so white because it has blue spectrum light inside of it. Now here's the kicker with this. Your eyeballs are designed by God himself. The light bulbs were designed by man. And the fake light makes your eyes think it is 5 in the morning when it's actually 5 at night. So even though it's dark outside, you're going to be like, man, I'm so wired. Like, I don't understand this. I was tired when I was at work. And then I get home and I'm like, woo, and I can't sleep. It's because you are looking at too much light. So what you can do is think back to what it was like in the 1600s when it was this dark. Okay, they didn't go to the wall and flip a switch. They would light candles. They would light a fire. So things that stimulate your brain the right way so you don't wake up like crazy, like if this is 5 in the morning, is light that comes from naturally produced sources. Now, you can light a fire, but it's only going to light up a little bit of a distance. You can walk around like Ebenezer Scrooge with a candle light if you want. You can do this. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Or you can get light bulbs that you can control the temperature and the tone of the bulb. So they do make color-changing light bulbs. I know it's going to sound nuts. And you can download an app and you can go more like to the orangish spectrum. Think fire. I want my lights to look like there's a fire going on. So I know this might sound nuts, but in my house, we have salt lamps on the floor. We light the fire. We have our lights in our kitchen and our bar lights area. And hey, Alexa, turn the bar lights to orange. Boom. You can see surprisingly well, but it doesn't stimulate your brain as if it's 5 a.m. in the morning. Okay? Next thing, we need to make sure that we're setting the mood for sleep, because a lot of you don't really wind yourself down properly. So we do want to start dimming the lights and changing their colors. At least 2 hours before you want to start going to bed, go from 100% intensity to like say 50% at 1 hour, then 25% at 2 hours. What you're going to find is you're going to be like, man, I'm tired. We can take a Epsom salt bath to wind down. We can start journaling to get our mind out of our head and onto the paper. You can change the temperature. Lower temperatures help you to sleep better. You can make sure that things are blacked out. It's not so much of a big deal right now because even at 7 o'clock at night, it's pitch black outside. But the idea is you sleep better in the dark. Make sure there's not a lot of lights and electronics. A lot of the stuff that we plug in today, there's a blue light on because it's charging, or our clock emits an LED light. You got to cover this stuff up and try to hide all the lights. If you're having trouble falling asleep, you can also consider sleep aids. And some of the best chamomile teas, magnesium glycinate, specifically glycinate, it helps you to fall asleep. Or you can do things to help your nervous system calm down. One of the number one side effects people tell us about getting chiropractic care is they're like, man, I'm sleeping like a baby all of a sudden, which is a funny phrase, isn't it? Because, when my kids were babies, they didn't sleep very much. They were up all night. Maybe we should say something like, you slept like a baby lamb or whatever. I don't know what sleeps a lot. A sloth. I slept like a sloth. Okay, you want to say something that makes more sense. But remember, better sleep equals better metabolism, which equals less cortisol, which equals less insulin, which equals more fat burning. Energy booster number 3. The mind-body connection with stress management. This is huge, and I'd like to address the elephant in the room, especially during the holiday season. Stress! Everybody's freaking out. When am I going to get so-and-so? And oh my gosh, I got all these parties, and my kids have basketball, and there's this, and how am I going to coordinate all of this? And my tires are flat because it's cold outside, and it piles up. Okay? Holidays are stressful for a lot of us. Everything from, again, the gift giving to the stuff you got to do by the end of the year, the deadlines, it's got to be done by 12/31. It can raise your stress. And this, of course, raises your cortisol, which, of course, raises your insulin. Then we're back to the same problem again. Remember from my show maybe 2-3 weeks ago, weight loss is hormonal. This is why so many people struggle to lose weight. They change their diet, they work out, it has nothing to do with their hormones. If you really want to do it right, you could not change your diet at all. You could not even work out a day. You do some hormone hacking, you'll lose weight like crazy. That's what I'm going to teach you guys at the masterclass, how to hack your hormones for weight loss. There are hormones that make you burn fat. It's not insulin and it's not cortisol. There are hormones that make you hungry, and there are hormones that make you feel full. So what if we upregulate the hormones that make you feel full? We downregulate the hunger hormones, we downregulate the fat storage hormones, and we activate adiponectin. Oh, I gave it away. Adiponectin. We turn on your fat burning hormones. I'll teach you how to do that on the masterclass next Thursday, 12:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Text your name and your email right now to 704-906-2094. I'll send you the free access to the masterclass, and you'll get the ebook, Functional Approach to Weight Loss, so you can really start hitting your goals now. So what are the solutions when it comes to stress? Okay, you can't get rid of your stress. The only way for stress to no longer exist is for you to die, because then you're no longer here. We're stressed all the time. And I'm just talking about like mental stress. I'm talking about the fact that I'm even just standing here in this studio is putting stress on my hips and my back. Gravity is constantly pushing us down. That's a stress. Then we have physical stresses. Many of you have bad posture, a bad hip, your bad, gait, you're walking with a limp, etc. The physicality, you got in a car accident, you slept funny, you had something physically happening to you. Then we have the hard one, which is the mental stress. Maybe it's a lot of stuff coming down on you from work because it's the end of the quarter and you're not hitting a goal, and so your boss is breathing down your neck and you're stressed. Maybe it's marital stress. This is a big deal for a lot of people. Maybe it's family stress. Now, who knows? We're all stressed. So something that can help. I don't know if you guys find, but as a believer, there is a peace that passes all understanding. And biblically, what they talk about is the idea that you should be stressed out like crazy, given the way the world is today. But when you tap into the raw power that our Savior, Jesus Christ, gives us, what happens is you just have this peace that people go, that doesn't make any sense. How are you so peaceful? Because I know Jesus. Okay? How do we know Jesus even more? We talk to him, we pray, and we read the Bible. Part of the challenge of this month has been to read the proverb of the day. If you've been following along in our Facebook feeds at all, I think I did it on the second day of the month, where I said, if you read Proverbs 2 on day 2, you'll find out that the source of all wisdom is God. If you read 3 on day 3, you find out how to use wisdom and how to let it teach you what you should and shouldn't do. If you go to Proverbs 4 on day 4, you're going to see there's an actual layout. And the neat thing about the Proverbs is there's 31 Proverbs and there's 31 days to the month. Now, today is the 7th. You might be like, I haven't read Proverbs 1 through 6. There's no way I should even do this. Like, you could read all the Proverbs 1 through 6 in the next 25 minutes. And now you're caught up. Now, you shouldn't just read them to read them. You want to kind of journal through them. What did you hear from the Holy Spirit when you read it? What did you hear from the universe? I don't know. Whatever you want to think of it as. What did you hear when you read that wisdom is something that is given to you when you ask for it? What does that mean to you? What does it mean to you when you hear something like, wisdom can grant you the knowledge and the understanding of what to do, and a fool listens to the world? What does that mean to you? Like, you got to journal it out. Okay? That's where we want to spend at least 5 minutes a day reading something of inspiration. I personally like to do the Proverbs. And the neat thing is, today's the 7th. You can bust out Proverbs 7 and knock it out by this afternoon, and then you can get caught up on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not that complicated. Do it every single day. Then you can start to do what's called a gratitude journal. This is going to sound nutso. And when I first started doing this, I was like, really? Like, seriously, this is going to work? And then I realized my attitude coming into it was not very gracious. It was like of disgust. Ugh, I have to do this. Like, seriously, writing this stuff down is really going to make me feel better. Gratitude journaling is amazing. Just write down 3 things you're thankful for. What is one thing that happened today that you're excited that it happened? Hopefully you can find more than one. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude will shift your mind and help you to innately release stress. If you've ever noticed this, when you're in a moment of joy and happiness, you're really usually not stressed. But when you're not in a joyous, happy moment, you're usually stressed. Can you believe it? But if instead you're like, I'm really thankful that I have the car that I have and that I haven't had to have any maintenance on it in the last year. Nothing. And my tires work, and it starts when I ask it to start, and it drives when I ask it to drive. It gets me from A to B, and it's faithful, and it's done everything I've ever asked it to do. Maybe I should give it some love by getting it detailed. It's gratitude. I'm very gracious that my kids have been putting energy into learning how to do more at home. They're learning how to cook and clean and pick up and take care of their dogs. That's great. My wife and I were talking about it the other day. Isn't it nice that we can actually sit on the sofa and say, hey, can you go do this? And they do it because they're getting old enough now where they don't have to have us watching them all the time. It's an amazing thing. I'm so grateful for that. Movement-based relaxation techniques. Yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates. These are all phenomenal. So look, you've got so many options for this. Are there supplements that can help you become energized? What a great question. Thank you for asking that. Carnitine, it burns fat. Like, if you were going to have to pick a supplement that would help you to burn fat, I would pick carnitine. Hold on, one of my cameras just flipped out. I'm over here, well over here. Anyway, I'll shut it off. So the thing is that you can take carnitine and move fat into your mitochondria so you burn fat faster. L-carnitine. We have a product through the Eternal line called Max Transport. If you hear the idea of it, it transports the fat into the mitochondria so you burn fat fast. You can also take B vitamins. Methylated B vitamins are astronomically exceptional at helping to up-regulate detox pathways. Make sure they're methylated. If you're taking standard B vitamins and it doesn't say methylthiamine, methylcobalamin, methylpantothenic acid, it has to say methylated, then it's not even worth doing it. You can even use what are called metabolism boosters that help enhance mitochondrial function. CoQ10, glutathione, magnesium threonate, all these great supplements that help to boost energy. If you need a specific guide, I've done all the hard work for you. Download the Functional Heal Thyself Weight Loss Masterclass ebook. It's easy. Text your first name and your last name to 704-906-2094. The number again, 704-906-2094, and we'll send it straight to you. So listen, there you go. We just did it. We talked about the weight loss strategies, everything from detoxifying your body to cold exposure to eating the fat-friendly burning foods and intermittent fasting. And we even gave you the tips towards boosting your energy. Vitamin D levels, get them up, fix your sleep, manage your stress, and support your energy with supplements. Look at how awesome that is, right? 3 weeks. We can do this. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, we're here every Saturday as we finish this year out to help you heal yourself. Visit AskDrErnst.com for more information, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.